Okay, so the first phase is the heel strike. And the first thing is your hip is going to be flexed to 30 degrees. Your knee is flexed to 5 degrees. Ankle plantar flexion is 5 degrees. Your foot inversion is 2 degrees. The next phase is foot flat. So your hip flexion is going to be 30 degrees. Your knee is going to be 5 degrees. Your ankle is going to be about 5 degrees of plantar flexion, and your foot is going to be everted 2 degrees. Your first big toe is going to be in neutral. Next is mid stance. So your hip extension is going to be in neutral. Your knee is extended to 5 degrees. Your ankle is about 5 degrees in dorsiflexion. Eversion is 2 degrees for your ankle, and your first big toe is in neutral. The last part of the stance phase is a heel off. So your hip is going to be an extension between 0 and 10 degrees. Knee is in full extension. Ankle is between 0 and 10 degrees of dorsiflexion, and your first toe is in neutral.
Okay, so the next phase is the swing phase, and we start off with the toe off, and the hip is flexed at 0 degrees, and the knee is flexed at 35 degrees, and ankle plantar flexion at 20 degrees with ankle inversion at 6 degrees, and the first MTP joint is extended 45 degrees. Following that is the acceleration phase, and the hip is flexed at 10 degrees, and the knee is flexed at 35 degrees, and the ankle in neutral, and the first MTP joint in neutral too. Following that is the mid-swing phase, and the hip is flexed 20 degrees, and the knee is flexed 35 degrees, and the ankle in neutral with slight dorsiflexion and inversion, and the first metatarsal in neutral. So following that is the deceleration phase, and the hip is flexed 30 degrees, and the knee is flexed 60